Welcome to Movie Bitches.
RuPaul's Drag Race, UK, Season 2, Episode 4. Woo! What does that mean in England? Nothing. Up both your bums?
It's a double bum. And when you say fuck you to a group.
Yeah.
Up your bums. I don't know.
Live long and prosper? No. Up your bums. Stupid.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow.
First things first, shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink. Go to trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $22.
$22? Wait, I can't. What is my problem? I can't do it. $22. I'm having a real, this is a problem. Oh no. Maybe, wait. Yeah,
there you go. That hand seems to be better for you.
It's easier with this hand. I still feel
it's like winking, you know. Some people can only wink
I have
with one eye.
a claw or something. Woo! Clearly we've already gotten into the box.
Second thing second, shout out to our Patreon supporters. $5 a month gets you early access. $10 gets you access to our viewing parties. We appreciate all your support. It really means the world.
Yes.
Third things third, subscribe, click the little thumbs up, share, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, all those good things.
I think this episode broke me.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, we will get there.
I do feel like the gaslighting is in full force, somewhat.
Okay, explain.
The judges decided that they hated Ginny Lemon this episode. They just were like, we hate you. And I was like, oh no, what happened? I didn't think it was bad.
I think Ru never liked Ginny Lemon.
I believe that to be true.
I don't think Ru ever understood it.
Nope.
And Ru was like, but why aren't you sexy? And Ginny Lemon is like, fuck you. What are you talking about? And Ru's like, put on boobs, damn it. And then they were like, okay, bye. There's
just a lot of arbitrary nitpicking. We don't like the shoes that you picked. Fuck you, go home. I mean, that is essentially the judging. That is what the judging has become.
Oh, I think that's maybe a little hyperbolic.
I don't want to see any fucking H&M.
I was thinking about it again, and I don't know if I really, in the end, disagree with the outcome of this episode. I might have gone one way or another, but like, more or less, this was the bottom three.
I would have put Ellie down there. Maybe not over Ginny, but I was like, why is Ellie getting a free pass? It just seems like she's doing fine.
I agree with that, actually. I agree with that.
That's all I say. That's all I say.
Anyway.
We'll get there.
Yes.
The episode begins. Everyone's
and we get
coming
a single tit.
Just
so many tits in this episode.
One teat. Just a teat.
Just one.
Oh, yes. Also, I am wearing my We Don't Deserve Age O'Hara shirt because I don't think we deserved Ginny Lemon. We weren't ready. She told us herself.
RuPaul certainly wasn't.
RuPaul was not ready for Ginny Lemon. But this shirt is available on Etsy.
Well, and I'm wearing my I Love That Drink shirt because
yes.
I figured...
I love a Ginny Lemon.
See? Love it. You got where I was going.
Is there a drag queen somewhere named Acai Berry?
Oh my God. Or something acai. What was it?
Berry
acai.
Berry acai, but spelled with an A, and it's a drag king.
Love that. Berry acai. I love that drink.
So anyway, yes, all of the queens walk into the workroom. Estina has gone home. It seemed like there was cracks in the foundation from the inset of this episode. So they're all standing around. Everyone's kind of saying, oh, you know, Estina.
She was ready for it. She was ready for that lip sync. She said she wanted that lip sync. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, she got it.
She got it.
I thought it was kind of funny. Lawrence was like, well, she got it.
She got it.
And Ginny was, I mean, they obviously do not get along. That is not a partnership that's gonna, or some, I don't, it seemed out of nowhere to me. I was like, oh.
What it's done is just like remind me to just be myself.
I think that's how you have to think, though.
Can you let other people speak, Lawrence, for fuck's sake?
The whole beginning of this episode, and I guess they were doing the editing in order to make it seem more like, oh, kumbaya at the end.
I guess, yeah.
At least between Tia and Agoura. But yeah, it was just a lot of infighting to the point where I was like, this isn't drag, it's personal. Like it was.
Yeah, this is not this is personnel.
Yes,
It's not drag.
Exactly. It's not drag.
I was
This
like,
is just like whoa.
either they're not showing us all the footage and something has happened, or something happened off camera and they're not telling us about it. Because I was like, oh,
Ginny, get over yourself and get fucked.
oh my God.
Right? Ah!
Are they
Yeah.
giving Lawrence like the friendly edit, even though he's, an asshole? I'm not saying that's, but like it felt like, because they all said they gave him the lording it over badge
Mm-hmm.
for being cocky, and we were all like, oh, what?
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. They all seem to dislike Lawrence, and Ru and it seems like everyone else seems to love Lawrence, at least from the editing of the show.
I really like Lawrence too. mean-
Absolutely. But I'm like, why does everyone seemingly hate Lawrence?
Well, and it is turning into that season of Top Model where that one girl just won every episode. Like I think it was like out of 12 episodes, she won like 9. Like it was embarrassing. Do you remember that season?
I mean, Ben de la Creme.
She had to take herself out. I mean, I think, and speaking of what?
How many episodes of
How
Drag
many-
Race has
how
the
many
queen just been like,
queens-
no?
Well, this is, okay, I was thinking about it. Not to delay the talking about this episode, but so I was thinking about it, and the difference between like a top model and Drag Race, right? Top model is models that don't have much experience and want to be molded and teach,
Sure.
and it's a training situation
Yeah.
for the most
Yeah.
part, where you are given all the tools that you can and all the advice that you can, and go be a top model. Like it
Yes.
is amateurs.
A launch pad for them, but yes, amateurs.
A launch pad for amateurs. Drag Race, established artists who have
Yeah.
created something very personal to themselves, but they're treating them like amateurs who we have to mold and make you the best. And it's like, no, just observe. Just have them be fabulously them. And if they happen to fail at a challenge, they happen to fail at a challenge.
It started off, and maybe that's in some ways what was nice about UK too, is that like maybe the British queens, not to say they're less professional, but maybe there's less of an expectation for them to be as like, here's 28
Polished.
designed outfits and
Yeah.
polished and whatever, right? It's more just like, come as you are.
Come as you are.
Yar, Blanche, come as you are.
Come as you are.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
Drag Race started off a little bit more in like the Bake Off, top model category. And I think as the queens have had more of a world stage of like social media, the industry has grown so much.
Yeah.
That now it's kind of more like a Top Chef, face-off type thing where it's like you just really kind of need to be critiquing and judging compared to the other queens and not
Right.
trying to say, oh, well, you really could be doing this differently. And like, let me try and give you my wisdom, Michelle Visage. Like, where is that? At a certain point, you're like, well, maybe they're better than you. Like, Ru, I don't know if you have the qualifications anymore to be telling some of these queens. I'm saying it.
If you had my team of 50 people working on you, you know what you'd look like? Well, you'd look like me.
Can I borrow them for the next runway?
Fuck no.
Especially because it's not like Ru's doing her own makeup. It's not like Ru, there's so little that Ru does now that it's like more and more obvious as to like, well, maybe you're not the best person to be psychoanalyzing these people.
I don't think there's a place for that necessarily on this show. And it seems to break a lot of these artists, these creatives who would just like to share their art with the world. So that's how I felt a bit by the end of this episode, was just she set herself free like a seagull on a surfboard.
Oh, sure. I believe in you,
I
Ginny.
believe in you. Ginny, yes, I believe in you. Break free, Ginny, break free.
I do agree, though. I mean, we talked about this last week, but or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember time, but it was becoming prescriptive, I feel like, from Ru and the show. And I think we've seen that more in the US one even, of the prescriptive, you have to do, this is what a drag queen must do and be like, and you must succeed in these ways, and we're going to make these specific references, and if you don't get the references or don't recreate them perfectly, then you're gone. And it's like, well, maybe we open our minds to different possibilities, give them challenges that allow them to bring their own unique personalities and their own unique talents, and let that shine. I think there's a better way of doing it. But
it seems like, you know, in the earlier seasons of Drag Race, it was more about being different. Oh, let's,
Sure.
you know, who's going to break away from this pack and really impress us with how different and new their ideas are. And now it seems to be narrowing to, do you fit the mold of, you can do comedy, you can sing, you can dance, you can do this. You have to be able to, you know, be a triple threat.
I mean, I think those are all great talents that a top drag queen probably should have. Why are we saying it has to be too goth, whatever, like birthday cake segments? Like, why are we giving that to them rather than having them come up with an idea? It's so prescriptive of like, here's exactly the things that you have to do. And if you don't get it, then too bad, fuck you. And it's like, well, that's not gonna make a good thing.
Yeah, don't we want to make a memeable episode? Isn't that the goal?
Let them create something fabulous and funny that they came up with, and then you're like, oh, you're really smart and clever because you came up with this hilarious thing, rather than we thought it was hilarious if you would be goth birthday party consultants.
So anyway, the episode. Yes. We have to we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah. We have to move on. We have opinions and thoughts. We'll get there. We have, I mean, this left me reeling. So yes, Ginny and Lauren, basically it seems like Ginny wants Lawrence to shut the fuck up. And it seemed like it had been simmering. Under the surface.
It definitely did seem personal too, where like then Tia was like, well, Lawrence, what were you going to say?
Yeah.
And then at that point, Lawrence had shut down and made a bad joke of like, oh, well, whatever rehash that Ginny had said. And, you know, it was clear that there was bad blood. And then Tia and Agoura.
At least we now know how to wipe your message off.
Have their bad blood where it's like, well, fuck you, you basic bitch. Everyone thinks you're basic. Michelle thinks you're basic. All the judges think you're basic. You're basic. I hate you. You're basic. You're tacky and I hate you.
And I hate you. I was like, back off. Tia is fabulous and nice. Like, she's like kind of funny, shady, but she's not being like an asshole.
No.
But I'm glad that they got to the bottom of it. I don't know, but
got to know each other. I thought that actually, we'll get to the tragedy mirror, but I did think that this was once again very nice, like touching moment between them.
It made sense that it would have come up, and then they exploited the fact that it came up. And, well, we get the one teat out, but then we also get the head teats.
Yes. And I just, like, it was good because I was getting all icky where it's like, oh, I don't like when mommy and daddy fight. You know, they're all, like, going at each other. And, but then it got silly again. And it was like, oh, good. The tits on their head. Great.
They're doing a much better job of quelling the sadness and the negativity with funny, silly things. And a lot of that was Ginny, and I am sad. But, you know, tits on her head. Now, if Ginny had come out last week on the runway and put the tits on it.
Why can't you be sexy with boobs and hips? Okay.
And
just
what? Just a
RuPaul.
Right up the bum. Right up that bum. I would have loved it. We're talking about how Ginny Lemon is dressed up like Paddington Bear, and I loved every second of it.
So Ru comes in and announces the mini challenge. The Brit crew comes out, and
Nummies.
It's the Great British Fake Off, which, I mean, you know, obviously here for that crossover. Did I love this challenge? Not really.
It was fine. But
was fine.
Am I here for this crossover? Yes.
I don't know if you ever saw, but the Bon Appetit videos that I loved that then unfortunately became a hottest disaster and now is over. But anyway, before all of that, Trixie Mattel was on one, and it was really fun and cute. And I was just like, yes, I'm here for drag queens cooking and baking.
Let's get Lawrence to host with Noel.
I love that. Yes. That'd
Here for
be
this.
fun. Ooh,
Yes,
Lawrence
it's just
Chaney on.
a rotating cast with Noel's the mainstay because I do love him,
Sure.
and then just a rotating cast of drag queens.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the challenge is they have to
Sell a baked good as if you cooked it in your loving oven.
Oh, good. I think I might have missed that.
It doesn't really help the challenge. Like, it doesn't improve what happened, knowing
Right.
that it came from your loving oven. Maybe she should change that joke to make it like an easy bake oven. Michelle's got an easy bake oven, and her, something.
Oh, I like that. That's kind of silly. I still don't think we need to refer to. I just don't need.
I don't care for it. It's like those baby shirts of like, I'm cooking I got a
Right.
bun. I
Yeah.
got a calzone cooking in my pizza. No. I'm cool, thanks. Don't care for it.
I mean, I'm not here for any of those, but I am kind of here for like, I've got a baby calzone, and then like the guy has a shirt that's like, I'm the pizzaiolo, and he has like a little.
No. Andrew? No. No.
Pizza peel.
No.
No.
Yes, this was basically a similar challenge to, let's say, a reading challenge, where it's like, go improvise, go be funny. And
Right.
I mean, I did think Tia set the bar pretty damn high, and I was like, oh.
Oh, yep.
Oh, that looks delicious. It'd go perfect with your afternoon tea.
But she's talking about all the additives, how it's got MSG, MSNBC, CNN, BBC, BBC3, all of the above.
Yeah.
RuPaul Charles? Is that you?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Gets a flutter with a hearts and oh my god, RuPaul. And I thought that was a fun interaction where then Ru got, why are you looking at me that way? Like they had a fun interaction together.
Yes.
So
It
there was that.
escalated probably more than I would have liked, but that's okay. I think,
I'd say go
sometimes it can get wacky. Why not?
Go bigger than next up, Ellie King, who
Ellie who?
oh dear.
You do that every time.
Ellie Diamond!
How come you don't say my name like that?
We will talk about it. We will talk about it. Yes, Ellie Diamond said something about salt.
Could use a bit of salt, though. I could. A little bit of sprinkle of salt on the tart. I love a little salt on the tart, if you know what I mean, Ru.
I don't. It was dull. She
It was-
struggled.
It was like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh. She. Well. Okay. Here's how I would have. Personally, if it was the Great British Fake Off, right? I would have. Well, I guess they were supposed to sell it. I was gonna say, like, I would do like a little Mary Berry. Ooh, well, it's a proper bake and the flavor is good, but the crumb is a little too. You could do something like that and just be goofy Bake Off, like
I think
jokes,
that's fine too,
I think you could do that,
right? Just be like,
maybe that's what she
"Ooh."
was doing.
I don't
They
think
could use a little
so.
salt and the bake
Maybe.
is a nice.
Oh,
a tin.
maybe that was what she was going for.
If it was, then it wasn't very good.
No, there was no brandy involved and
Oh my god.
boozy liquor jokes and
Bun puns and soggy bottoms. No interaction with the pit crew from like that could have been a couple people made of there. Well, Lawrence Chaney did, but
that was funny. She handed them both and they both looked at it like, I don't need carbs. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. They both looked at it like, oh no. That, or maybe it had been sitting out on set for upwards of who knows.
she also did just reference the skid marks that weren't chocolate. So
That's true. But next out, Bimini, who was very clever in her jokes, talking about Belgium and how, because they've had the Brexit in Belgium, and because they were the Belgium, not waffles.
Belgian bun boy. This Brexit bun is made of 52% deceit, 48% despair.
15% despair and and this and that, and it was
all the lies and the
it was fun.
It was great.
It's funny.
Yeah, I thought she was really actually. Did she win? Yes, she should have.
Yeah. And Ginny, she was doing it like a kind of QVC vibe.
I like to call them me bum old Bic Bics. Now you pop them in the microwave for 2 hours so they're nice and tight. You see?
She kind of became an elderly woman who was hawking her wares, you know, her plastic jewelry on QVC. It was kind of that vibe.
You've just come from so much diversity and you've overcome it. You're truly a mentor for me.
Thank you so much. You're my mentor, too.
Liza Minnelli selling
my God.
glittering scarves. No, that's not how you tie it. What is it? You don't tie it that way.
No, not that way. No,
Oh, no, not that way.
Yeah.
That way, right? And you could even like toss it over again, couldn't you too?
No.
No, don't. Just once, okay?
Or really maybe more like Mariah Carey in the moments.
Transitional summer moment. I need a moment. I need a fragrant moment. But seriously, thank you so much.
Just build a nice fall moment.
Just a retro moment of gypsy whatever.
Like a retro moment of gypsy, whatever.
You're right.
Yeah, so then next was Taste, and she stuck it down her pants, and...
Oh, right.
Was
I
weird.
didn't get this. Something about a finger trap, and I'm going to stick it down there.
And...
If you're going to finger, but she's in her butt, but you don't have a finger coming out of your butt. Wasn't it a finger trap? But it was like an eclair. I was confused.
I'm talking about a Viennese finger.
She stuck pastry down her pants. That is all I recall. And then next was Sister, who I don't recall what she said.
Sisters, sexy hexy sprinkle cupcakes. They give you.
Well,
I didn't write anything down, which is shocking.
She had a bun. Does she have the buns?
Uh-oh, something's happening. Ooh.
I don't know. I have no memory whatsoever of Sister then sold some pastries. And then Veronica, with her rainbow...
Yeah, this was a lot.
The red will make you ravenous. It will make you rabid. It will make you raunchy.
Red is for...
L is for the way you... It was that, but it was for the... Yeah, red is for ravenous, or she just couldn't come up with the words in
Fast
time.
enough. Yeah.
And so then they got a little weird, and then she just went with it. And then screamed.
Take a bit of this and it will give you all the yes.
It was more memorable and exciting than the others, but it wasn't winning.
No. Oh yeah, because she kind of like put on a character. She became all vampy. Oh.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And then Agoura just talked about Ginny Lemon the whole time.
Ginny, gin, lemon meringue.
Oh, that's right.
Which was strange as well.
It was kind of strange. Well, because she had like the lemon tart or something, but
The
then
lemon
she just
cake,
was selling it as if it was Ginny Lemon. I mean, I don't blame her for being obsessed with Ginny Lemon, but like it was a little weird.
And last was Lawrence with her Hi Claire's.
Chocolate eclair. RuPaul, you've actually been saying the name wrong. My pal Claire made these, so these are eclairs, not eclairs.
Instead of eclairs and the skid marks and she had, you know, she was fast talking.
Yes.
I still think for me, Bimini and I think Tia were kind of the top for me. They were both the funniest for me.
Yeah, I would say Bimini, Tia, Lawrence, Veronica.
And then everyone else.
Everyone else.
But Bimini wins.
And then I guess Sister.
And then I guess Sister. Ooh, we'll talk about it. We'll get there. Ooh. Bimini wins, and she gets first pick of parts on not Morning Glory Hole.
Welcome to the set of Morning Glory. It's Morning Glory, not Morning Glory Hole, because that would be bad and that would be something else.
No.
This is not Morning Glory Hole.
She just said that out of nowhere.
Love her. Love Lorraine Kelly. She seems absolutely fabulous.
Also, someone else that I could listen to just talk nonstop forever.
Yes.
So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with Morning Glory and a bunch of other stuff, a runway and all sorts of things.
Morning Glory Holes.
A bathhouse in a dark room with glory holes. There'll be a lot of singing going on up in there, honey.
Glory holes. Good.
So Iconic.
Iconic.
Ru announces that the Maxi challenge is good morning, not glory hole. And
No, morning glory, not hole.
Yeah, oh right.
I've never seen so many glory holes in one place in my life.
Hundreds. Not good morning.
Yeah,
glory.
good morning, glory hole. Good morning, glory hole.
Now, where's that kid's book?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, adult kid's book. I think it's like a kid's book where there's a hole throughout the whole book, and then on each page is a different glory hole situation.
Wow.
And it's
Wow.
called Good Morning Glory Hole.
That's adult.
Yeah, it's an adult kid's book. It's a novelty item. I'm just thinking that it's like my dick in a box or whatever, but it's like a book.
Well, now I'm just imagining all the rooms they would be in, right? It would be like, and here's the bathroom in the bar in WeHo, you know, and it's like, and here's the back room and
the airport. Where did that senator get arrested?
Some airport bathroom. I don't remember which airport.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Here, there, everywhere.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Anyway. So yes.
Yes.
So
morning
Bimini
glory
gets to pick.
hole.
No.
If you don't know what a glory hole is, you're very naive.
Very naive.
If you don't know what a golden shower is, it's very naive.
Anyway, my goodness, yes, Bimini wins, and she gets to pick first because it's a morning show, and they're trying to reach all the demographics of
England.
The UK.
Yes, excuse me. Sorry.
There's the hosts that are party girls.
Yeah.
They didn't really have a region, or maybe they did, and I spaced out.
We've got the main hosts, the Gen Z party animals.
Well, the only region ones were the Essex girls, weren't they?
Perhaps.
Money-saving experts, 2 Essex girls.
Because, you know, Essex girls. I mean, I do feel like we finally got to the bottom of it, though.
Oh my God, I love Spargo! Sparkle titty, give it to me. Oh my God, I feel like Tinkerbell.
You look like her too.
I think this was the best representation for me of like, oh, I see.
Oh,
okay, I
you know,
get it.
they're from. Oh, you're from Essex.
Oh, she's from Essex. Yeah.
Like it finally clicked. I went, I got it. I got it.
Well, I got it.
Well, I got it. All right, you can't use that. Okay, that was a crazy person, and you cannot use it.
I think this was less subtle than Cheryl Hole's. And so, like, I was like, oh, I really get it now. Like, it was like, you know, okay, this is the farthest extreme.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was the Essex girls. The goth queens weren't from a place, I don't think.
And then we've got the party planners, who are goths.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, goth is gothic, is like, you know,
Well, I don't think that this was trying to claim that this was like the origin of the goth movement. I think it was like maybe a lot of goths live in a certain
well, that's what I was trying to get
area. I'm not sure
that's
exactly.
What I was trying to think of. Yeah, like
I don't know. They said also they said something about, you know, Lawrence and Ellie were the aunties.
So we're the dragony nieces, so we're not quite aunts, so we're nieces.
And I was like, I don't know what that means. A lot of this felt like, well, you know, I'm American. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to enjoy this as best I can, just based on like my limited knowledge of what you're talking about.
I didn't know. And I was like, well, I think it's fine. I can get the gist, you know?
Yes, exactly. You can be funny regardless, even if I don't get the specific reference. But yes, everyone has to pick what parts they want. And for some reason, Veronica Green decided to just wait and take whatever. I mean, this was strange because then when she's talking to Ru, instead of saying, well, I can play any part, so I just let them have it, she said something like, oh, it would be a fun challenge for me to play the part that no one else wanted. I was like, what are you doing?
It was a weird, I didn't understand this whole approach. And I was like, this is a bad idea. I think maybe she just didn't want any of them. And so she's like, well, whatever. I don't know. But,
I found it to be strange.
Yeah.
They all pair off, except Ginny's her own.
The weather reporter is a hippie queen.
She's the only one that doesn't have a partner. And Ru comes around to talk to all of them. And this conversation with Ellie basically just being like, well, why don't you say my name like it's Scottish? Why don't I have a fun nickname?
You keep saying Lawrence. Why do you not say it in Ellie Diamond?
Well, but she didn't say, why don't you say my name like it's Scottish? Because that's, I think, what she was asking.
I think that's what she was trying to say.
Lawrence Chaney, why don't you say Ellie
Ellie
Diamond?
Yeah.
I'm coming up with my Ellie Diamond storyline here. I worked up Shine Bright Like a Diamond last week. I'm trying some new things.
Also, I don't think RuPaul particularly loves Ellie Diamond.
No, I don't think
she
so.
hasn't given her a nickname, so.
Right.
That's not.
I've been
that's
playing
not
around
good.
with it. Shine
That's
bright
not
like
good.
a diamond, but no, it's not.
You
a good
want
sign.
you want Ru to give you a nickname.
Ivy Winter.
Oh my God, that video of the RuPaul's verse from I'm in love.
I'm in love with
I'm in
Lawrence
love with
Chaney.
Lawrence Chaney.
I'm in love with
Lawrence Chaney.
I mean, it's not untrue. It's not untrue.
I do think that, Ru could have just said, well, Lawrence Chaney is a great way to get into the Scottish accent. It's like, oh, how do I?
Right.
Lawrence Chaney.
It's like,
well,
I packed my car. Like, it's one of those.
Yeah, packed my car in the yard. Yeah, that was that.
It's like, it gets you in.
Ellie Diamond, I don't know how to do that. Town. Exactly. Immediately into share. Town.
A very bad share, but a share nonetheless.
Just whoa.
Whoa. Sounds like the B-52s. Down.
That is television's RuPaul. I think what she meant to say was, oh, Ru, I'm also Scottish, but you don't say mine in a Scottish accent.
I think she was, saying, step your pussy up, girl, and maybe I'll give you a nickname. Tia and Agoura get matched up, and I really like that Tia seems to rise above she's like, sure, you're a bitch, you're talking about me, you're calling me basic, but I'm not gonna hold on to it.
Agoura wouldn't be my first choice as a partner because we historically have either not spoken or said terrible things about each other.
I'm not gonna really give it the time of day. I'm gonna act like a professional and let's get down to business.
Well, and I appreciate that she didn't...
Sorry.
To defeat. But yeah, no, I also appreciate that she didn't let that stop her from doing the part that she wanted, or from, she said, yes, let's pair up and I think we can do this, Yeah. And they both did a really good job of being professionals, and it seems like that helped bring them together in a professional and personal way.
Yes.
So, it's Morning Glory, not Whole.
Not
with
Whole.
With Lorraine Kelly.
Morning Cheryl, not Whole? No.
No. I appreciate, obviously, that they brought... I mean, I guess they could have had Graham Norton do this, because that's kind of what he does. Well, I guess his is more like interview. It's not like news.
Yeah. His is like, a late-night talk show. I mean, it's
Right.
very much its own thing. And by the way, where is Miriam Margolyes to be a guest judge on this show?
Yes.
Please stop using the word like. I don't like it.
Well, how about if I said I like you?
That's different. You're using it as a verb.
I would say it. Usually I would be like...
I'll be like... You see, it's a habit.
No, it's quicker. It's like...
It's not like. It is.
But I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you want to laugh till you cry, you just watch the best of Miriam Margolyes highlights on Graham Norton and you will piss your pants.
I used to collect autographs at the stage door, and he came out, and I remember so distinctly that I started to cream in my knickers. I could feel it. That was before I was a lesbian. I was just, I was sorting myself out. Yes. And something crazy took hold of me then, and I said, would you like to follow me to my college and I'll suck you off?
Yep.
Guaranteed pants pisser. That's what it's, a guaranteed pants pisser.
I think I've seen you in the History Boys.
Yes.
I think I saw that.
That's good.
And I can't remember you, but I thought you were...
Did you see Mamma Mia? He was very good in Mamma Mia. Did you see that?
That was a dreadful film.
Anyway, yes, Lorraine Kelly's there to be their director, and she basically just says, like, have fun with it, go with it, and, you know, if something always goes wrong, and just, you gotta laugh at it and move on. And for the most part, people did that.
Now, here's what was weird to me, and I don't know, maybe they just didn't show it, and the queens were doing this in the workroom, but there was no rehearsal. It seemed weird that they wouldn't at least rehearse to some extent, because then you also have more interaction with Lorraine, where you could be like, she could say, oh, well, you don't really want to do that, try this, or, you know, you get more of her expertise and one of those teachable moments from experts.
And this
which would be helpful.
This challenge might have been more of a success overall had that been what happened.
Exactly. You know, but I guess.
But it would seem like they had a scripted portion and then it was now improvised. And so it starts, and Bimini and Tace are the hosts. They're both having fun and doing slut shots, and you know, they kept it moving. They had good chemistry. I didn't think this was like, oh my God, this was the most amazingly funny, you know, but I thought it was not awkward. How about that?
Not awkward. I thought the energy was there. The fun was there, even though it was not like hilarious or particularly memorable for me, but it was not bad in any way.
And Bimini was making some like weird choice, like when she just started sinking in her chair and no one mentioned or talked about it. And I was like, what's going on? And then even when it was not live, they were still acting like they were drunk. And I was like, are they just like in character or are they actually drinking?
Okay, we are off the air, and that is a commercial.
Oh my God,
Like,
I mean, I love that.
Tace was like, oh my God. Like the camera had already cut and she was still, and I think they were just still in character, but I was like, what's going on? But yes, next up is the goth party planners. This premise could have been mined for quite a bit of humor and could have been really fun. I don't know, they were coming off like more bitchy than apathetic. And I feel like the sweet spot for me where goths are really funny is their nihilism almost, like they're just apathy versus I'm being like a bitch about this.
Excuse me while I just shift around in my dress. I was told I had to wear something for a party.
And I felt like Veronica was like leaning towards I'm pissed and mad and being bitchy, and less like a birthday party, you know, who cares, 1 year old or you're getting closer to the grave, something where you're, you know, like.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I think she was trying for that. I think it's a really hard line to walk. And that's where I'm just like, why pick this, producers? Why set up such a specific tone that only has so many, you can only do so much with this idea. Whereas you could have done a million other things, and why not have the slutty party planners, right? Or the...
Well, they can't all be slutty, Andrew. They can't all be slutty.
So then you don't have the slutty party hosts, you have the slutty party planners. I don't know. Goth is weird. What is exactly
Here's the thing. For me, that kind of depressed, apathetic goth is very teenage to me. It's very angst. Yes. That's where it's funny because you're like, oh, you're just a little baby boy. You don't even know. And older goths to me are more like fuck the establishment, like that kind of where it's less like
Hail
angsty.
Satan.
Oh my God. Yes.
Watch Hail Satan, by the way.
By the way, watch Hail Satan. This could have been funny had they sort of planned it out or had more of an idea. And this just fell apart. Sister was, like she said herself, kind of waiting around, and Veronica was just being mad. And there weren't any jokes like, oh, well, we're putting these rats on this birthday cake to spread the plague because fuck everybody. Whatever it is, whatever the joke is. But it was just like, I'm mad. I'm thrusting this rat into, and like, but why? And what does that have to do? Make a joke about the rat and something, relate it to something. So this just failed and was awkward, but almost funny because it was so bad.
Nailed it. Oh, I wish somebody would nail me.
Like a nail in your coffin.
Several.
I mean, it kind of, but it wasn't like, it wasn't iconic in a, I was rooting for us.
It wasn't a Nina and Tina. You know, it wasn't like,
No, this
wasn't
won't
that.
live in infamy. It'll just be forgotten.
Exactly.
So then next is the Scottish girls, Lawrence and Ellie, as dragony nieces. And I don't know, there was some sort of...
There was talk of ants being the real thing, and the
Yeah.
joke then being that they were the nieces.
I'm Candy Warhol.
And I'm Crystal Rasmussen.
And welcome to Dragony Ass.
Snake lady! Snake lady!
And they were dragony as drag, I guess.
Sure.
But also then it sounds like they were dragon, and I was confused.
Oh! I mean, not that that's what a dragon noise is.
Well, there's no way of knowing.
Who's to say?
Ha! Ha! I'm acting.
That's what a dragon
That's what a dragon sounds like.
Yeah. Using 3D printing, they were able to recreate the sound of a dragon.
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
So anyway, yeah.
Yes. I guess this was like advice column with,
Right.
it was
Yeah,
Dear Abby. It was, yeah.
Yeah. And Michelle calls in and, she's been told she has resting bitch face and she doesn't know what to do. I feel like Lawrence took the lead on this one.
I didn't understand, and this might be me being dumb, I didn't understand Ellie's look. If they're supposed to be sort of like advice-giving aunties, why are you wearing like a kawaii kind of baby doll? Like, what is that telling me about this character? I don't know.
Well, maybe she went as the niece. She took the niece part literally, right? Lawrence went, I'm still going to be the advice aunt and don't I look professional?
That's true.
And Ellie was like, oh, we're the nieces. Now that probably could have been funny too if it was like, oh, let me tell you how to deal with resting bitch face. You just got to put some Facetune and I don't know. Like if you were like
if they were like millennials being.
Yes. Yeah. Here, we're going to teach you how to
But
Gen
they
Z
weren't,
it.
then they weren't on the same.
No. This makeup on Lawrence was...
Well, I was confused. So she's like, if you can't, smile, then you just paint a smile. But she didn't paint a smile. She just was like randomly. I was like, oh, you gotta put like a big fake, smile
Like
and
Joker.
I take out my Ellie Diamond makeup kit. And whenever I see someone with a resting bitch face...
It was weird because it was like almost like a commercial because she was like, oh, I just take my Ellie Diamond makeup kit and
Sure.
And I was like, oh, so now we're playing ourselves. And I guess that's what they were doing, but they're playing characters. Okay, I didn't get this.
Yeah.
I thought Lawrence
no.
was, in character and was fun. And I mean, I cackled when he got on that little baby tricycle.
Oh, I crushed it.
It was like most extreme elimination challenge. And I was like, yes to this.
35, can't be happy with that. Oh.
Oh, I broke it. That was fun. But I didn't understand sort of the overarching concept of this. And that might be partially me being a dumb American and partially they didn't know what they were doing as a group.
And I think for me, this was where the judging really broke down. I think I mostly agreed with the bottom 3 or 4, but I would have given the win to Tia and Agoura because I thought, one, they both looked great on the runway, and 2, they worked together as a group. They were hilarious. They really nailed the whole thing. It was cohesive. It made sense. It was funny. For me, Lawrence steamrolled Ellie.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, next is the Essex girls, Tia and Agoura, and I just thought, I was cackling. Her tit just popping out. And
she's out!
The sparkles. I just want to,
She had a constant, boobs, thanks boobs, with the teeth and tits. I mean, that's what I want teeth and tits, and you gave it to me. Yes, Agoura was the funnier, the wackier, funnier one, but I thought as a team they worked very well together.
Fake tan and lush shoes can be expensive.
We're here to help you, starting with this amazing money saver.
They played off each other's jokes when they were improvising. I thought Tia was really funny too, and with this what are they? They're making vajazzled panties. Put these pants on. Okay, spread your legs. You know how to do it. You know, just it was hilarious.
You've got to sometimes play the straight man, I guess. I'd never play a straight man. How dare you?
I would never call Tia a straight man, but she did play the straight man great.
I thought this was by far the most successful across the board and was really funny, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And I now know you're from Essex? I get it. I got it.
Yep, I got it.
Which is important. Where everyone else I was going, you're a niece? You're Gothic from...
Okay, so Ginny Lemon had a character.
This is why I don't think she should have been in the bottom. She created a fully realized Australian hippie lady.
Well, as you can see, I'm in the glorious cockermouth here. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's my spirit guide. Oh, wood pigeon, half. Oh, we've got a weather change.
Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
Was it her idea to have shit thrown at her? Or was that
I don't think
their
so.
idea?
I think it was theirs, and she had to roll with it.
Oh, it's raining cats and dogs. What's your name? Oh, right in the codger. You're really getting me water chakras now.
Right.
Oh, it's raining cats and dogs out here. Oh, what's your name? You know, they're throwing shit at her.
There's a hail nor storm, you know.
Hail no storm.
There is a hell no storm. Okay.
Just gotta clean my chakras. Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
It was great. I thought this was funny, and yes, it kind of like verged into absurd, but they're throwing shit at her.
Open those chakras. Remember we're live. Shut those chakras now and back to the studio.
I thought it was funny. You know, could it have had a little more content? Sure. Bottom? Really?
I agree. I think in terms of performance, she was above the goth girls, for sure. And also probably, I would say, above Ellie Diamond. Her look on the runway, I was not a fan.
No, it didn't.
But I still wouldn't have put her in the bottom two.
I don't think I would have either. We got these auras. We got to cleanse them up. It was great.
I got to work on that Australian accent.
Hey, you know what? It was okay.
Have I shown you the girl that I follow on Twitter, Katie Delaney's Australian accent?
I don't think so.
It's like, oh, have you know that website Zillow?
Have you ever checked out Zillow? Yeah, it's like a website and they put like homes and like apartments on there. Zillow. Z.
Well, and then this is funny though too, speaking of Australian accents. So Katie Delaney did hers, and then Brian Jordan Alvarez did a response to hers. Do you know him? He's like Caleb Gallo, that silly show, and he does the thing with Freckle and things that are better or worse. So he did a response, and it went viral, and it was so good and spot on that an Australian TV show had him on to talk, and he's like, no, I'm actually Australian, you guys. And then they're like, but you're not actually. But he's like, but am I?
I've been getting some comments about how my Aussie accent's really good. Here's the thing, I'm from Australia, but I'm always faking an American accent. I'm from Melbourne.
He is not from Melbourne.
So yeah, I thought as far as performance, character, energy, Ginny was not in the bottom for me. Did it become slightly chaotic? Yes, but I feel like that sort of was inherent in the piece that was given her.
Yeah.
They were throwing shit and dousing her with water, and what was she supposed to be doing, you know?
I don't know. I thought the judging was way too harsh. And I mean, I would love to see a skit, like, she should do a YouTube channel just of this character.
Oh my God, yes.
I want to know everything about this woman and her chakras.
She definitely makes her own yogurt and charges moon crystals, etc., etc.
Yes.
Like, it's a for sure.
She makes bead jewelry, I'm sure.
She has her own essential oil line and all of the above. It's great.
Yes, I love it.
Does she melt her own wax candles onto recycled paper that she then does the seal for? Yes, she does that. I did like that Tia was like,
Of all the pairings, me and bitch tits over there, fucking pull it off, don't we?
so yeah, it's the workroom and people are feeling certain type of ways. And Agoura and Tia have I thought a very constructive conversation where Agoura basically says, you know, I wasn't given a lot of confidence at home or growing up, and so because I'm so hard on myself that I then judge other people too.
Because I was always the one being pulled down, I feel like I, as a COVID mechanism, pull other people down.
Tia and her just sort of bond over getting to know each other better and getting to know where everyone's coming from, and like, let's try and be nicer to each other. It's okay.
Well,
Don't
and
be so
having
hard on
friends.
yourself. You're fabulous. Because she says she doesn't have a drag family because everyone thinks she's a bitch. And so, be nicer to yourself. Be kinder to yourself and be kinder to others.
Yep.
That's the lesson.
I love that. I thought this was all really nice. It was a little heartbreaking, but, they got there, and hopefully it really seems sweet that she was so touched to have someone support her. And I think that that's important, and I wish that everyone could feel that. It's sad, but I'm glad that she's there now.
Informed us of Agoura's character more,
Yes.
which is something
Yes,
I want to know
absolutely.
on the show, not just like, oh, tell us why you had a horrible childhood. Oh, no, I don't need to know the whole story. That's fine. I don't need to know if you were raised by wolves. That's fine. That's okay.
So my parents were actually attacked and killed by ravenous wolves. Oh my God. Oh, babe. Yeah, and it's fine. Apparently their last words were, we could never accept our child as a drag queen, so. But, hey, hopefully I won't be eaten alive like they were on the runway tonight. Ah! Oh my God. Work, girl, yes. Hang on, I gotta do my eyeliner.
Give me the gist, and then I'll learn more about who you are, and then we can all grow together. That'd be great. The real heartbreaking part with Agoura was when she said,
Whenever I've got a horror, I'm not on my own. So it was almost like just making myself a best friend of everything I'm not.
I know.
oh my God, girl.
But at the same time, that's what I love about this show, and these are the things to show, and it's so, I think, amazing that it's drag is such an outlet for people to create something and to help work through emotions and trauma and whatever, and then create something positive and fabulous, and
yes.
I think that's amazing. And so I thought it was heartbreaking, but also really neat that now through drag, she's also found friends, real people. That's great. So that sounded harsh, but
Exactly. She doesn't just have imaginary friends now.
Right, yeah.
Ginny Lemon and Sister have a real moment.
Yes.
You've got to look after you now.
It's been
because you
suggested.
are amazing. And you're big competition to me, so I hate you.
I love you. Thank you so much. I love you more.
Give me a hug.
Hug it out.
Yeah, and this apparently was the bonding moment that informed Ginny that she could not compete against her. So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the runway. Category is Monster Mashup. Ooh.
Which apparently they owe us royalties on. We'll talk about it. Ru walks down the runway in this aquamarine bitch cocktail party suit. I was into this. I was into this.
Shoulders for days.
For weeks, there was shoulders.
Yes. No, I loved this. I thought it was fabulous. I thought she could be on Dynasty or something. Ooh, the champagne
reboot.
is burnt. Yeah,
Woo!
well, sure, I guess. Yeah.
Which, by the way, where's season 4, 5? Where's the next season of Dynasty? When's it coming out? I want to watch it because that show is wild. Bananas. Yes, so category is Monster Mashup, which we already thought of 2 years ago. In our season Evie Oddly.
11.
Season 11, when they did the Monster Ball, and they did the trick-or-treating, and she was Raptar and all that.
Yes, oh my God, yes.
We had come up with this, where you would mash two monsters together. So apparently they're listening.
They must be.
Monster mash? Mash up two monsters or something?
Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be really tough, though.
It'd be tough, but I feel like it'd be fun. You're a wolf. Okay, you're a wolf man and a Black Lagoon, creature. You're Dracula and Frankenstein. But I was obsessed with this. I mean, I thought of it, so, I hope I better like it. But I was obsessed with this runway, and on a whole, I thought it was great. I really, really enjoyed this, and it brought a lot of creativity, and clearly people were inspired by this brief because, first on the runway, Veronica Green as this Medusa pig. It looked like something out of Pan's Labyrinth. You know, like iconic, where you go, oh, that's a monster for the ages. Oh my God. You know, it was that. It was that good.
I mean, yes, she could be in a film as like a real character. Like, yes, absolutely. This was amazing. This, you know, snake Medusa headdress with a tiara in it. And
it was, and like I think Lorraine Kelly said, like she managed to make it still beautiful and terrifying, which is very key.
I mean, she certainly saved herself with this look.
Slinky.
That is
I mean,
for sure.
100% this took her to the bottom. Because it was that good. It turned the corner. And this slinky, snaky dress. And the... I was obsessed with this.
Absolutely. Iconic. This outfit was everything. Because especially the dress was so eleganza.
Yes. And yet integrated. It didn't feel like...
Yes.
What?
Whoa, what's happening? Why is this pig wearing a ball gown? Gowned.
Thank you.
No, but so it was absolutely integrated, but also still glamorous and fabulous, but creepy and weird. It was great. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
You know, Guillermo del Toro, get on it. I want to watch this movie.
Yes. Along with Pinocchio, apparently.
Don't scrap your Pinocchio. Make Medusa Pig movie. I want to see it. Yes. I don't want to see another Pinocchio. I'm okay.
I think that must be the one that we were supposed to have watched the trailer for after all of that.
Wait, there's another trailer? I thought they hadn't started filming yet.
No, okay. So the teaser that we watched of like the Disney one is just fake or whatever, right? Like they haven't started filming that yet. That's like in pre-production. But then the Guillermo del Toro one apparently does have a trailer that we did not react to, and I do not care to, at this point, ever watch anything related to Pinocchio ever again.
I'm cool.
So anyway, yes, all of that to say, this look was fabulous. I loved it. So then next was Scissor Sister. I mean, well, that's Scissor Sisters is the band.
I thought you were just going to say
Scissor Sister.
I thought you were going to say Scissor Scissor.
Scissor Scissor. I mean, sure. Sister. As I was confused, she said something. She was mummy something.
Well, I didn't care for this. That's number one. She said something like, I'm Farrell Fawcett. That was the joke.
Oh.
I am serving Farrell Fawcett.
And yet, she did not have Farrah Fawcett's hair, so I was confused by that.
My humor's very dry. Like, I think it would be easy to miss things. Or maybe the jokes were just never there for you to find in the first place. Who knows?
I went Farrah Fawcett.
Natalie Portman.
What? The blue hair, I don't know. She was a werewolf mummy with like a beaver tail? I guess it was...
very big tail.
It was, I didn't care for this.
No. She had the proportions, I thought, well, you know...
I did like that she had like a real, you know... turnt body, you know, with the wrap. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
So then next down the runway is Bimini Bon-Boulash as this jazzy Playboy devil, and I loved it.
I love that she said a Playboy bunny is a monster.
Yeah, fully. And also, it's like it has so much going on. There's so many layers to what's happening. I loved this. I was like, fuck y'all, she doesn't have to brush her hair. She's a devil.
She's the devil detective.
She's the devil detective. Leave her alone. I mean, because for me, it didn't feel like, oh, did you forget to brush your hair? It felt like it was part of the look for me, but.
I did not immediately be like, oh shit, her hair. It didn't bother me as much. The tail in the back, sure, could have been a little bit more refined, like the fit and finish. But for the most part, I thought this was amazing.
I'm loving,
iconic.
I like Bimini's rough edges, and I'm loving it. I don't know. She has a way of putting it all together that works for me. This body. So good. And this, I mean, it looked like she was Drusilla and Buffy, like vamping out, you know, it had that. It was some combination of like Ren from Ren and Stimpy and Drusilla, you know, something like that.
Sure. Fucking fabulous. This is, and 2 weeks in a row now, she's had amazing runways for me.
And they're just snoozing on Bimini.
I'm really pissed about it. I don't understand. So then next was Tace as like a Bride of Frankenstein hair. I was confused by this, in all honesty. I guess she was also a vampire.
She was the Bride of Frankenstein and the Bride of Dracula. She's Mormon, apparently.
Or she's twice divorced and, whatever.
Oh, sure. Sure. Footloose and fancy-free, living off that alimony check.
Exactly. She was married to Frankenstein and then was murdered by Dracula and then turned into a vampiress, and now she lives forever.
This was subtle, right? Because
yes,
the only vampire-ness of it was the teeth, right? So
you know what would have been more fun? Bridezilla. If you're gonna do a wedding dress,
do the Bride of Frankenstein and Godzilla, and you walk down, it's the exact same look. Oh, I'm just beautiful. Look at my hair. Oh, it's so gorgeous. But then you turn around and there's a huge Godzilla tail.
Yes, love that. Yeah. Oh, look at me. Oh, or maybe you have a train, right, that's covered in like a long white train, and then you unpin that, or it's like a cape,
tearaway,
and then you drop the cape, and then as you walk down the back of the aisle, it's just this Godzilla tail. I love that.
And somehow you find a way to bring a flamethrower and you breathe fire. You're just like a carnival performer, and you breathe fire on stage with your Godzilla tail. Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Obsessed with that. Yes. But you have the Bride of Frankenstein hair.
Exactly. You're like, she comes out in this lovely white wedding dress, and you're like, oh, Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah, sure, love it. Yeah.
But what else you got?
Yeah, love that.
This was like nice. For me, the critiques that they gave to Agoura, I would apply to taste. They went all in on Agoura, and I was like, you guys are crazy. You should be giving these critiques to taste.
Absolutely. Hold on, it's weird.
All good, or are we freezing? Okay, hold on.
No, it's like
I'll keep doing this. Tell me when it's in real time.
I think it's in real time. I don't know. Do like a 5, 4, 3, 2 banana. 5, 4, 3, 2 banana.
5, 4, 3, 2 banana.
Big banana, long banana, short banana, wide banana. Let's get bananas. 5, 4, 3, 2 banana.
I love Cecily Strong, by the way.
Fucking love her. Fucking love her.
Putting it out there. Next on the runway is Ginny Lemon as Toxic Avenger zombie person?
Yeah.
The clarity of concept, it was striking. Wow. She was in, toxic waste, whatever that color is. Neon, putrid, yellow green.
Like radioactive green, is like, ooh, whoa.
Radioactive green. That's how Veronica became Medusa Pig.
Love it. She fell into a vat of Ginny Lemon.
Radioactive green,
Yeah, sure.
So yes, this what left me wanting.
The other problem with it was that it was a simple outfit.
Yeah, if she had gone more Toxic Avenger, if she'd had like a mop or 3 eyeballs because she's, been radioactivated. Something. The other weird thing here for me was that there's been an association of that like biohazard symbol with HIV. Like people who are HIV positive, there's been like a thing where sometimes they'll get that tattooed. I don't think it's as much of a thing anymore, but like I would have been interested if there was that kind of take on it of like making a commentary or, like undetectable equals untransmittable. Like that symbol could mean something, and I didn't know if like it was going to be like a what was the Project Runway with Mondo.
Mondo. And
Rondo?
Rondo. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mondo.
Who's Rondo? Rondo?
Well, there's a liqueur actually from Italy called Rondo, and it's delicious. But
well, there you go.
No, but like you could have then done a really interesting thing of like making a commentary of like HIV and symbols, right? And like something. If you wanted to go more intellectual about it, that's not where she went. But I was just kind of like, what is this giant toxic green symbol dress telling me?
Not much. I liked the wig. It was like wild. But yeah, room for improvement.
Yes. Oh my God. Next up is Lawrence Cheney. And this was amazing.
Oh my God. This was so good. It was, the more you looked at it, the more you got from it.
Yes, absolutely.
What she says, Sweeney Todd, Ed Gein, Silence of the Lambs, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like she's like, it's this, but it all went together and it was draggy at the same time.
Yes. She has this like, patchwork skin
Butcher's apron
or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the skin on the sleeve that then hung down with her face,
You mean her
molded and makeup.
Her Mrs. Doubtfire face?
Run over by the truck. But not fully run over by the truck. But
Not
yes,
fully
it was
run
like
over
that.
by the truck. Oh, when that reveal, it was like, again, horrifying and draggy and amazing and surprising and
Yeah. Well, and then like
Loved
you said,
this.
she has the splattered blood that's rhinestoned on her shoulders. Like, love it.
I would expect no
Detail.
less.
Exactly. But this was spectacular.
Spectacular. She's got an
Yeah.
ear on her tit,
Yes.
She's got
And then the
body
eyes
parts
on
everywhere.
the earlobes, the earrings.
So gross and so great. So then next on the runway is Ellie Diamond as a troll goblin. She seemed unclear. She said I was a troll at some point. She said she was a goblin at some point.
Bog! It's goblin spelled backwards!
But not that they were mashed necessarily.
I am giving you a goblin and werewolf. My dad's a troll and my mum's a beast.
And also a wolf. And also, there was like a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of things. I didn't hate this. I just was
I
like.
didn't hate it either.
Okay, it was kind of Shrek meets gummy bears. Remember that TV show from
Yep.
Disney Afternoon?
Yep.
Gummy
Yep.
berry juice.
It was also kind of like Ewok Wicked.
Yeah, there was some Elphaba in there. Yeah.
I didn't hate this. I really enjoyed her in Untucked. Just like the crazy face, in the corner of like these conversations.
Yeah. I mean, I did, it was the same, instead of a mermaid chap, it was just chaps. I'm just seeing a lot of similar things. And
I noticed that as
haven't
well.
seen Ellie like just above and beyond just knock it out of the park for me. And so I'm sort of going, why is she just kind of getting a pass?
Yeah, I think we've gotten to the point where she's being safe means she's still going to get critiqued. Whereas before, I think it was just polished enough, just good enough that she was kind of getting by.
Right.
And now hopefully they'll be like, well, we've seen this look in some variation the entire competition. Let's shake it up. Let's elevate it. Let's do something different and fun and new. It's not bad. It's just not unexpected. So then next was Tia Coffee, and I was so excited because after last week we were like, well, she hasn't really given me a look that, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I loved this. She's
So
like
good.
skeleton face, like bones and
Skeletor, Cobra Woman, Voodoo Priestess. It was kind of like the Enchantress from that movie, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. I was going to say The Mummy, but that was different.
That was different. No, this was so fabulous and fun and had so many ideas, and I was into it. I really thought Agoura and her should have been the top, and then I probably would have given it to Agoura for the
I
win.
would have given it to both of them.
Or
They
just
worked
double win.
together as a team. They were hilarious as a team. They both looked spectacular, in my opinion. And I would have given it to both of them. I think they both deserved the win, and I think that's how it should have done. But no, I thought this was great, and it was so many things going on, and yet still cohesive and interesting. There was so much to look at, but not in a cluttered, messy way. I thought she really nailed this, and I was awestruck. And I was so excited because we had said, I just need to see that from her, and there it was.
Last on the runway is Agoura as, I loved this, as Elvira in Vegas. And she's playing it up and she's walking all weird. And in the voiceover, she's saying, I'm Elvira in Vegas and a zombie. And I'm going in my head, I mean, I'm obsessed with what you're wearing. It looks great. You're really camping it up. I'm not getting the zombie part, but okay. And then she fucking tosses that wig off to reveal an exposed glittering brain. And I was like, you win.
Yes.
Why they were mad that she surprised them? Like in the judging, they were like, I mean, you were just wearing kind of like a whatever outfit. And then, if you hadn't taken your wig off, then we would have really hated it.
But she did.
But she did take her wig off and had a plan the whole time. She had a brain exposed and she looked fucking fabulous. What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
But also this nonsense of like, oh, well, you have to be careful because you always want to look glamorous and beautiful. And even though you exposed your brain and looked silly and absurd, but also so glamorous and beautiful and grotesque, but also so glamorous, the same exact things that we said to Veronica 5 minutes ago, I'm like, what's happening? Why can't she look grotesque with a brain and glamorous? What?
I thought I was taking crazy pills. I thought I was going insane because I thought she looked so beautiful and she really played it up on the runway. She was really doing a lot of body work and I was just like, you guys should be like, yes! You win. Really, we didn't expect you to thrive in this challenge. This was like a no-brainer, hole-in-one, give it to her. I was so confused.
I honestly don't understand.
And a no-brainer? Sorry,
it was a no-brainer.
I just put it together. Yeah, the judging was very, very bizarre to me this week. Then they're talking to Ginny. I mean, this was pretty funny because it was so transparent, I suppose, where they're like, I mean, what is with these shoes? Can you get a heel on there? And she's like, actually, it's a medical condition. I have fibromyalgia. I was just diagnosed. And they're all like, And then that is very serious. We take it seriously. Don't write us letters. Yes, never mind.
But no, it is a serious issue and you have to take care of yourself.
Just cut that out of the show then. Like, why put it in,
right.
I guess?
I mean, I guess they wanted to I don't know.
But they decided, I mean, honestly, when they were talking about Ginny, when they sent everyone away, and suddenly Michelle was like, I don't know, I think we've seen all that there is to see of Ginny. I was like, what are we talking about?
That's what it was.
What has happened? Why did you guys all decide that suddenly you hate Ginny?
Well, we've seen all that there is to see. Based on what? She gave you an Australian chakra lady. Yeah. That's nothing like anything that she's done so far. What are we talking about?
She gave us the best surprise by showing us her big hairy ass.
That's it, judges. Take a look at my big hairy ass.
Ginny listened to the advice of Ru and she was like, you have to dress sexy. Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
This was some bullshit.
I agree.
That's it, judges. Take a look at my big hairy ass.
Oh, that was the other thing that really pissed me off. Alan Carr being like, you know, when you're real wacky, then sometimes you're just like, that's too much and you need to shut up. Or he said some weird thing.
Anyone who goes, I'm wacky, I'm totally crazy, what am I like? They begin to grate. I just wanted to rein it in a bit.
I think you need more self-awareness.
Well, that's rich coming from someone whose shtick is kind of that he's wacky. Like, that's, you know.
I couldn't make heads or tails of the judging this week. Werewolf tails? But Lawrence wins. I mean, I don't think it was like completely unwarranted, and her look was, But I did think that Agoura should have won, and Tia and Agoura together.
I think the two of them for me. Lawrence would be second to that. It was kind of like the gold look where I was like, oh, sure. I would have given it to Bimini, but okay. You know, but she keeps getting that, like, Ru love, where it's just, like, Ru is obsessed with Lawrence Chaney, and I don't blame her, but, like, it's starting to show where it's like, well...
I'm in love with...
Lawrence Chaney!
Ginny and Sister are in the bottom, and Veronica's runway has saved her. I mean, I was kind of excited to see her try and lip sync with this big fucking, like, Medusa
I was like,
afro.
oh my God, what's she gonna do?
What's she gonna do? Is she gonna pull a Chanel and just like lob it off her head? Love that. No, sadly no.
Yeah, I was surprised by this.
I think Ginny was as well. I think Ginny was surprised after the critique. Because they were like,
sure,
you were bad at improv. You were basic. Like, they gave her so much shit for things that she was good at. I think she just saw the writing on the wall and said, you know, clearly I'm not what you're looking for. And so...
Bye.
Fuck y'all. You know, right up there. We'll get to the details right now. So yes, Sister and Ginny are lip syncing. Well, Sister is lip syncing. The lip sync starts, you know, and she's sort of building a moment, you know, ooh, I'm lifting and I'm gonna, and I was like, what's gonna happen? And she's like, bye, just walks off the stage. I was like, oh shit. But I think honestly what was more impressive or whatever. I was like, I watched it back. Sister didn't skip a beat.
You girlies are gonna have to fill me in because I missed something.
At what point did you notice?
Someone shouted, and then I turned around and realized that I had the entire stage to myself.
I'm turning it the fuck out. Oh, did I give a half-assed performance because I could? No.
Nope.
I danced the house down boots as this burn victim, My Little Pony, and I'm killing it. The hair.
She really did kill it though. Yeah.
Just keep
Spot
me
on.
hanging on. Woo, woo. Get out my
God.
life, why don't you, babe? I mean, it was good. This is a great lip sync
Yeah, it
song.
was.
I was,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I was All right.
Oh my
Dharma would like to chime in with her opinions.
Yeah, Dharma, are you upset that Ginny Lemon's gone?
I am, but I think it was probably the right thing for her to do. I think it was the best thing for Ginny's psyche, and also a fuck you to the show. Yeah.
I think it was fun, at least, that they edited it in a way that made it still fun.
Sure.
You know, like,
right.
Sister's just out there killing it, and then, or Michelle or someone, like, well, who do you think you're gonna pick? Like, they made it kind of fun and less, tragic. Oh, it's bleak.
Right, it wasn't like, oh, wow, ooh.
Who won? Yeah, who are you gonna go for?
I mean, there could have been a lot of different
Yeah.
takes.
They didn't edit it like, fuck that bitch. They edited it like, what? Oh, what?
Ooh, crazy. Yeah. Oh, she just walked right out. Did you see someone re-edited it and was like, how it really happened? That would be good if it was like a clue ending. But anyway, yeah, exactly. Ginny leaves, and then it was the end of the episode where she leaves, but it's still the same lip sync music.
And Ginny explains that she couldn't put in the fight against sister, and
I was up against my sister, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. I love her too much.
I prefer this to a Charlie Hides.
Yes. Yeah,
Like,
I think just standing there. I mean, not that Charlie literally did nothing, like
right.
Oh,
That's rude.
or like Valentina. Like, I'd like to keep it on. Ginny was just like, I'm out.
I mean, and that's fair too, in the sense that like, if she doesn't want to fight for this and at this point, then she should go home.
It was shocking. I'm sad because I love Ginny, but I also love that Ginny took control of her own narrative.
Yes. She clearly is someone that doesn't like to fit anyone else's box or
She's
something.
a square peg.
Yes. But like, if the show isn't working for you, then by all means, you can decide, not for me. Bye.
I think they're really going to have to reevaluate the show if they start to lose any more people via I disqualified myself. Like, I think you need to start reevaluating. Well, I think that comes down to the whole, they're treating them like they're amateurs that needed to be molded rather than individual artists who need to be lifted up and, given the tools and the creativity for success.
If you're willing to get into that game, then you know what game you're playing, I guess. But a lot of people don't want to play that game, it turns out.
And if so, bounce, walk off stage. I kind of loved it.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty punk rock. It's a little badass. Also, a little quitty, but...
it can be all those things. Shocking plot twist. Sister wins. She was dancing on her own. Like, she was dancing like no one was watching, and I was living for it.
Yes.
Oh, boy. So then, yes, plot twist. Next week, I love that they edited this, like, we cooked up a fun little mid-season plot twist. Coronavirus! Like, it felt very that.
My dear queens, in light of the rapidly changing coronavirus situation, we must cease filming immediately.
The way it was edited, the roommate of it all was just like, shocking. Oh my God. Like it was edited like plot twist.
Right. So they had to take a break. We kind of had heard this, but like they had to take a break from filming. And I don't know how long it was in between.
I feel like someone said it was like a 7 or 8 month gap.
What?
Yes.
It's only been, how? When did they start filming this?
the beginning of the year. It was a few months. It wasn't weeks.
Wow.
It was months.
Wow. Okay.
And so I'm excited because I feel like a queen like Tia, who has all the goods except for the outfits, is going to come back.
Get used to disappointment.
Also, she might come back with that lip filler.
She might have some lip fillers. I feel like we're going to get a brand new cast of characters.
That's a new nose, new cheeks, new teeth. Who dis?
We'll see.
I am very intrigued about like who's going to have a glow up.
Sure.
You know, and I'm sure it was very tough and everyone had a hard time, and I'm really not trying to diminish that in any way, but it will be an interesting sort of experiment of we did half-ish of the season. I know how to play. I know what to expect, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
And then I had a gap to prep. And what are people going to do with that? I'm intrigued. Right. I am like definitely excited to see what happens.
Yes.
You know, for what it is, it's the situation we're in. I am invested and I am so excited because I love Tia and I love Bimini and I love Tace and I love Lawrence.
Great.
This cast is great. This cast is great.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm getting a
Cheers.
real tongue lashing over here.
Do you
but
want to say cheers, Dharma?
Cheers! Yeah. Cheers to Ginny Lemon and this cast and this runway.
It
So
was
good.
A good one.
It was a really good one.
And who knows? We don't actually know what's coming next week, so I'm intrigued and excited.
Well, it was interesting too. Sorry to keep talking, but all of the air is let out of the room of Ginny leaving, the drama. You know, Veronica not being in the bottom. I'm sure everyone has opinions about that. Sister's momentum of like, bitch, I just turned out that solo lip sync.
Sure.
All of that sort of momentum that was building, it will be completely deflated now. And so that'll also be intriguing.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.